So it's 1350 and the Black Plague has ripped through a town near you. Congratulations, you didn't die. But along with half the population, the world that existed 3 years ago is no more. So besides everything, what changed? Come on, I'll show you. The first and most obvious primary effect of the Black Plague is that everyone's fucking dead. It is the only time in human history where our population has been on the decline. I heard one historian say that it took us a mere 200 years to recover. Motherfucker, that's a long time. The way I see it, 200 years to get back to the starting point is also 200 years of progress you have lost. So that puts us 400 years behind. That is not an insignificant hiccup. We have not been around that long. And the immediate impact of half of your population being Thanos out of existence is an extreme labor shortage. Now, apart from the psychological baggage that comes with watching those you know and love succumb to a rather unpleasant illness en masse, the fact of the matter is, as independent and rootin' tootin' as we like to think of ourselves, we live in a highly complex society where we depend on the labor of others for our existence. And the same holds true in 1350s Europe. I might be a damn good butcher, but I still need a baker and a candlestick maker now, don't I? And the fact of the matter remains, throughout history, most of our labor has been unskilled. We just need human muscle to do really big tasks, like farming. The economic system of Europe did not operate like it does today. The economic system of Europe is called feudalism. In feudalism, you do not exchange your labor for money. Instead, you exchange your labor for protection. Now, this economic system makes sense in the wake of the fall of Rome. So without the Roman army there to protect you, people became vulnerable to outside invasion. The further away from Rome you were, the more susceptible you were to invasion. So you had to start relying on other people for protection. Now, initially, these principalities are really small. Ignore the fact that this map is anachronistic as fuck. But these princes, dukes, lords, and eventually kings don't control much territory because they don't have the power to. But at the very least, they will protect you from these Viking raids that are a legitimate threat. In every other historical circumstance, these people would simply be referred to as warlords. But while these warlords and their soldiers, we will call them knights, are busy protecting you, but it's essential you have all of their necessary needs met so that they can, protect you. But here's the catch. You're only helpful to me if you're on my land, growing my food. And I can only protect you if you are on my land. And to be honest, I need to know how many people are on my land anyway, because I need to know how many people are growing the food, how many people are eating the food, how many people I need to protect. And do you know how none of this works? People are free to move around willy-nilly wherever the fuck they want. So get this. I'll protect you from Viking raiders. You will grow my food. To cement the deal, you can never leave. Now, this is not ideal, but as long as there are Vikings to be protected from, I don't necessarily want to leave. But at some point, and pretty early on, the Vikings are going to stop raiding. And all of a sudden, I don't need protection anymore. And I say, cool, well, since I don't need protection anymore, I'm free to leave, right? And the warlord and his soldiers say, wait, who said you didn't need protection? And I say, who do I need protection from? I don't see any Vikings. The warlord and his soldiers say, you need protection from us. And hey, would you look at that? We just invented a new economy where a small elite class profits off the labor of a much larger exploited working class. In this case, we'll call you serfs. It sounds a lot like, but don't worry, it's not. I mean, your labor's not being stolen. You're getting something in return. You're getting protection from me, by me, but ostensibly from other people too. And also, that similar term is usually reserved for people of Eastern European descent during this time period, them being of the Slavic ethnic class. A convenient chattel for the Vikings as they went on to trade with the Islamic Empire to the south. Regardless, a rose by any other name would be just as exploitative. When your current population tanks faster than the current stock market, things are bound to change, whether the ruling class likes it or not. Next episode, we'll switch to a moneyed economy and all of the world's problems will disappear in a puff of capitalistic ingenuity.